90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Star Alexei Brovarnik is thinking of going back to his home country in Season 8. Loren Brovarnik and Alexei are an integral part of the 90-Day Fiancé universe. They've been entertaining fans with their real love story since Season 3. Fans have watched Alexei come to the U.S. on a K-1 visa, getting married to Loren, getting his American citizenship, and welcoming 3 kids with his loving wife. Alexei was by Loren's side as she took the difficult decision to undergo a mommy makeover on Happily Ever After. Season 8. While he is not the most active on social media, fans have watched Alexei play dutiful husband and a doting dad to Loren through the years as she shares her unfiltered life updates on Instagram. Alexei worked as a warehouse manager for Invicta Watch Group, while Loren quit her corporate job to become a full-time stay-at-home mom and social media influencer. However, has Alexei left his American life behind to return to his homeland in 2024? Loren from New York City, New York, first starred in 90-Day Fiancé Season 3. Loren was working as an executive assistant at the time. She was living a fast-paced lifestyle and was spoiled by her parents when she was growing up. Loren had gone on a birthright trip to Israel when she met Alexei. Birthright is a free 10-day trip for Jewish people to go to Israel and explore the country. Loren had gone there a year and a half before filming when her life changed completely. Alexei was the medic on Loren's trip. It was not love at first sight for Loren, but more like, I'm gonna hook up with you at first sight. However, Alexei won Loren over. She was enamored by his height and how chiseled and handsome Alexei was. She called him the best person she had ever met. Alexei got on one knee and pulled a Michael Jackson, James Brown move, where he swerved down to pull out a ring on the night that Loren was flying back to the U.S. Loren had predicted that life was going to be hard for Alexei after he came to the U.S. on a 90-day visa. She pondered on how Alexei wouldn't have been able to work during the 90-day process. Loren was unable to afford a lifestyle for both of them in New York and had decided it was best if she moved back home with her parents to their 3-bedroom condo in Florida. Alexei and Loren had agreed to meet in Canada with her parents before he came to America, as Alexei's visa process was taking a long time. Loren and Alexei stayed with her parents until they could save money to buy their own home. Eventually, they got married and moved into an apartment in Hallandale Beach, Florida. According to In Touch, the 1,430 square feet property sat on the 9th floor and was completely renovated with a plush wraparound balcony, offering coastal views from almost every room in the house. The housing complex it was located in had a tennis court, a gym, and a relaxing pool alongside an intracoastal waterway. In October 2022, Loren's mom, Marlene Goldstone, listed the condo on the market for $575,000. Alexei was born and raised in Ukraine. He moved to Israel when he was 11 years old. According to Loren's interview with ET in March 2022, she revealed Alexei still had family in Ukraine as the unrest in his native country was still raging on. Alexei didn't think it was going to affect him as much as it did, and it was still affecting him. Loren added that while the tone in their house was not depressing, it was sad, it's scary. Loren added, he grew up in Ukraine and then grew up in Israel, and those are 2 spotlight countries. Loren said that while things were hard for Alexei, they talked about it because it was very important to talk about it instead of bottling it up. Alexei was living in Israel when Loren met him. 90-Day Fiancé listed Alexei's location as Nazareth Illit. In 2019, Nazareth Illit, where the name translates to Upper Nazareth, was founded in 1957. According to the Jerusalem Post, Nazareth Illit, which is a predominantly Jewish area, was regularly confused with its more famous neighbor, Nazareth, which is the biblical hometown of Jesus, according to Christian belief. In 2019, Nazareth-Ilit's name was changed to Nof Hagalil. The new name means Galilee View. In Loren and Alexei. After the 90-day season 2, Loren and Alexei were considering relocating to Israel with their sons Shai and Asher. Loren was pregnant with her third baby at the time of filming. The couple felt it was important for their kids to experience where he is from for them to understand the culture. They knew it meant a complete change, as they were moving countries, not states. Meanwhile, Loren's mother deemed the move from Florida to Israel as very scary. Alexei's mom and brother were in Israel when they got the news about the war. His dad, Alexei, still had 1 week left in the U.S. Alexei and Loren were glued to the news as they were getting first-hand reports from their friends and family in Israel. Alexei said how hard it was for him to be away from home at the time. He felt like doing more and had feelings of guilt. Loren admitted it was hard to stay strong and not cry in front of the kids. Loren told the cameras how Alexei was so stressed with work, taking care of her, and taking care of the kids already. He now had to worry about all of his family that were in Israel. Meanwhile, Alexei shared how he had served for 3 years in the Israel Defense Forces. Alexei was in the Air Force. Since he was not living in Israel anymore, he was not considered to be in the reserve and was not going to be called back. Alexei could still go and volunteer to help in his country. The thought had crossed his mind. Alexei felt very torn. Alexei could see himself going back to Israel and doing whatever he could do to help. Loren confessed that the craziest part was that while she was obviously against the idea of Alexei going to Israel, she understood why he wanted to do it and wasn't fully against it. But the time comes where it needs to be every man standing. Then yes, I'll go there for sure, Alexei said during his confessional. Loren and Alexei are still living together in the U.S. Loren was recently spotted in Brooklyn, New York, with Alexei. In May 2024, the 90-day fiancé, happily ever after, couple moved into their new home. Loren hasn't given fans a full home tour yet as she's still setting up the space. However, a move to Israel is not completely out of the picture for her and Alexei. Loren recently told a fan on Instagram that it's not a forever home for them and that they'd 100% move to Israel someday.